send me a citation? I would love to see that.
Obsessive porn. And I have rear cameras on the way as well.
I beeped at you, yeah, because you shouldn't be trying to break into buildings.
Break into buildings? I just showed you that I live here.
Okay, but before that, I didn't know that, did I?
Is it your business once again?
I live here, so it's safety of me and my building.
Well,
it
you see,
is.
I have my key right here.
Okay.
And you're being recorded too.
Good.
Okay?
That's good.
It'll be on your citation.
I'm not getting a citation.
Oh, you are. You are.
No, I'm not. I'll fight it tooth and nail.
Fight it. You're still getting one.
Well, I'm not going to pay
I'll
it.
see you in court, though.
I'll see you in court,
or when you
neighbor.
Get your warrant for failure to pay, idiot.
Okay, so y'all just heard that right there. I didn't play the video, but this is actually a screenshot from the actual video. And I think this picture is actually very fitting considering the look that he's giving Karen. Yes, we're dealing with yet another Karen. Like, these videos are starting to pop up ever so often now when it comes to her and all of her antics. So this was actually tagged to me on Instagram by one of my followers. And I said the saga continues. And I actually have to quote somebody who left a comment in the comment section. They said Karen literally has become the White Walker of the pandemic. And I said, you know what? That is so true. Now, if y'all not familiar with the show Game of Thrones, the White Walkers were like the main enemy. Well, one of the biggest enemies for the series. And they basically had pale skin and blue eyes. Like their skin was very pale because they lived in the cold, like really cold climates. All you had to do was throw a blonde wig on there, and there you have your Karen. And I said that was the perfect analogy right there. So basically, from what I gathered with this encounter is you have this man right here who was a police officer, as you can see right here in his uniform, walking out of his building. And then you have this Karen who is driving past him because she assumes that he is breaking or trying to break into the building. And he tells her that he lives there and even shows her the key. Now, before I go any further, one thing that I don't agree with what he did is him explaining himself to her. At the end of the day, he has authority over her because he's a cop, and he should not have to been in a position to explain himself to her. But that goes back to the entitlement of them. Now, let me continue. She's recording him and saying that, he basically says that there's going to be a citation. I'm guessing maybe it was a parking infringement. I'm not sure what the citation was for because they didn't really go into detail what it was. But if any of y'all know what it was, y'all can leave it down in the comment because I'm not sure. They just kind of left that wide open. And then she follows him, recording him, try to accuse him of breaking into the building or try to break in. He shows the key. And then she says, oh, because I didn't know that. But my thing is this. If you lived in the building like you claim to, you had to have seen him walking in and out of the building or maybe walking around the building wearing a cop uniform since that is his job. So he would have stood out, especially since he's a black cop. He would have really stood out, especially if he walked in and out of his building every day wearing this uniform. You would have known who he was, but she found out who he was that day. And then it pretty much, goes on like she pretty much tries to berate him and everything like that. When I saw what made me really make this video, and I know many of you are going to agree with me, is the whole Shelley Luther situation with that black judge down in Texas. It's the thing that Karen feels that she has so much authority over people, especially black people, and she feels she can talk to them any type of way and get her way, and in so many instances look at Shelley Luther. She was able to do and say what she said to that black judge, and people rallied behind her knowing she was wrong. And then you had this chick right here who is talking to someone who is far more superior than she is and could have easily stopped her and arrested her, but he didn't. The petty in me would have pulled out my gun and shot out her tires. I mean, like, okay, now you can't now I can get to where I'm going and you can't get to where you're going. And if you notice at the end of the video, he referred to her as an idiot. In the caption of the video, but you can't see it because it's just a screenshot, she added a caption in and said, did you just hear him call me an idiot? She's basically trying to get people to rally behind her. So it's like this is something that Karen is good at, making herself the victim. She has practically invented the wheel known as victimhood, and she uses and spins that wheel every chance she gets with anybody. Because in the last week or so, we have seen Karen get into it with black women. I would say maybe a non-black, non-palm colored woman. We've seen her get into it with black men, PC women, and it was another video where she got into it with a PC male at a grocery store, and I'm guessing that was about a mask. I didn't do a video about it, but there's a video floating around about that as well. So it seems to me, when it comes to social interaction, Karen is the common denominator. Because how in the world, and the thing is, this is not all one person, the same exact person, but it's all the same trait that they all seem to carry. They may not be related to each other by blood or anything like that, but that Karen connection that they have is literally mind linked to pretty much damn near all of them. And it's the fact that she talked like this to this man because she knew she could and get away with it. Because she knows her lot in life. She knows her position and she knows his. In this society, the PC woman is above the black man. Because, you know, the only person above her is her man. Everyone else is beneath her in her eyes. Why do you think I say they're not far removed from their ancestors? That is probably one of the truest statements that will ever leave my mouth. And it keeps getting proven right every single day or every single time I do videos like this. You cannot tell her that she's wrong. She feels she has all kinds of authority over everything and everybody. I said one of the worst things PC men could have gave their women was feminism. After that, it was a wrap. They was gone. They was completely gone. And after that, it was over. Think about it. Take it back to slavery. They said they were some of the worst slave masters ever. They said they were worse than their men because they never had any power. So the minute that they had some authority, just a little bit of authority, they went power crazy. Like they went over 9,000. But that's what happens when people don't have power and they finally get it. They abuse it. And that's what they've been doing all this time, is abusing their power and their so-called authority, only the amount of authority that they're given, and they abuse it. But like I said, the one thing I wish that this man did not do was explain himself. Remember, you have the badge, you have the taser and the gun. You have the authority. It doesn't matter how she talks to you. I mean, I understand why he did it, because he knew what type of woman he was dealing with when he encountered her, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, you have the authority. Because then again, I was getting ready to say they probably would take his side, but then again, how many situations have we seen where black cops have gotten into it with PC women and don't win? Look at Muhammad Noor. Yes, we know he's not FBA, he's Somali American, but in this establishment, they're going to consider him black. And look at what happened with him. He got 15 years for doing his job. Let the roles been reversed. She would have been Betty Shelby, and he would have been Terrence Crutcher. Earlier, I had said I didn't know what citation he could have gave her, and I still don't. But I know one citation he should have gave her, and that was operating a cell phone while operating a moving vehicle. Because notice that she was recording him while her car was in motion. She wasn't parked. She wasn't following him on foot. She was still driving her car because her foot was on the gas. Her car wasn't in park while talking to him in that way. And this video, I'm sure by now, of course, has gone viral, of course. And he can definitely use that in his favor when they do go to court. I wish this was a news story that could be picked up and followed, just so I can see the look on her face when she loses, because I don't think she has a fighting chance in hell of beating this.